Oh my gosh, that took forever. Hey, everybody.
Hello.
I'm Safi.
And I'm Mystic.
And we were going to be doing an Alpha Protocol stream until the computer decided that Alpha Protocol no longer works.
Well, Alpha Protocol decided that Alpha Protocol wasn't going to work.
I mean, that's fair. Okay. I'm editing. Okay, let me see. I got to edit our information on our Patreon. Patreon.com/lore together.
We're going to jump in random. Ooh, let me go make sure I have subtitles on. Because they do have them. And our graphics are all the way up. No ray tracing, unfortunately. I think there's only the one super sampling method. Yeah.
Okay, does it...
Well, you have to publish.
I said save.
Yeah.
Should I just do save? Because it looks like the link is still there. So
The link will be the same.
Excuse us while we're figuring out this crazy stuff here.
So, yeah. So we're going to do a new game. We're going to do random.
Okay. Wait, did I stop hearing us?
You have to unmute it again after you go live.
Oh.
And actually, let me grab a notebook really quick.
Oh my gosh, guys. I'm so not used to this seat. But at least I know this time that I'm supposed to actually hear the game. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. I'm like, I hope that everybody doesn't mind that we had to segue to this because sometimes you got to roll with the punches.
Yeah.
I just had to lower the
book would not be destroyed as I had planned.
It'll be interesting to see their
Falling into that starry
Oh, you can-
expanse of which I had only a
Interesting.
fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed, but I must admit that such conjecture is futile.
it's cool that you get to like
Still, the
watch
questions
it.
about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me.
I'm still at the fissure.
I know
Just
my
stare at the fissure
apprehensions
because the
might
book
never
is
be allayed, and so I close, realizing that
So for the
perhaps
longest
the
time,
ending
Mystic
has not yet
actually
been written.
had icons that would reference this, like in some of his
Still do.
stuff when he's online, and I just did not. I didn't realize what it was from. I didn't realize it was actually the image of the man falling through the fissure,
Falling Man. Yeah.
the falling man, until later. So, oh my gosh,
I don't like how the book doesn't come up to you. Like it just.
yeah, you come to the book.
Yeah. There's a few things I don't like about this version already.
Oh no. True fan has to go. So funny thing, Mystic. Oh, a good friend of mine at work actually, he misses games like Myst. And
Tell them about abduction.
he's not into sci-fi. So instead I told him about Tell Me Why, cuz he has an Xbox. So,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Tell them about abduction anyway.
I did. Believe me, I did. But that's kind of his. He was like, they don't make those anymore. I said, well, those aren't the big blockbusters. So you're talking more about indie games at this point, because it feels like the big blockbusters are like pew pew pew, and he's not a pew 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 kind of guy. So
So because we're doing randomized, I'm going to take it a little bit slower.
yeah,
But there's some stuff I do like. Like I like the new markers.
yeah.
Any marker can have the ending page in this one.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
interesting. So
They upgraded Tiana's grave.
aw, that's right. So I don't even know if
I don't know why the soil is still loose, but they upgraded Tiana's grave.
I don't know. Well, how old were her grandsons when she died? Out of curiosity.
Well, we don't even know how much time has passed since Atris okay, so the brothers go on their rampage.
But they're almost adults, if
Yeah.
not full-blown adults, by the time that we are at this
Yeah.
point.
So we don't know how long the brothers have been on the rampage, but they're trapped in books currently in here.
Yeah.
Atris is trapped in Dunny. Catherine is trapped in Riven, and it's had to have been, more than a little bit of time
Yeah.
because the brothers have ransacked the ages already.
Yeah.
So there's no way that this should be loose soil over her grave. Like,
It might be purposely tended to be more like a desert.
that is fair.
Yeah. That's the only answer I have for that.
All right, so let's. I'm gonna go continue turning on markers, and then we're gonna look at the not very good, in my opinion, not very good CG for the characters. But obviously, the rest of everything looks great. Boy, my head was not in Myst space. I was so amped.
Oh my gosh. Well, so it's so funny how we just the program for Alpha Protocol just decided to go kaput. It's so weird when, and I don't think Mystic, since you last played, you did a lot of changes to your computer. You didn't like upload or
No, but that one was on an old hard drive that was dying, so I did transfer over, but everything validated and checked out. So I may just have to go back and, well, actually no, that one I had to reinstall anyway. So that's, I don't know what that is.
okay.
Yeah,
That
I don't know what happened.
I don't know if that's just the universe telling us that the Alpha Protocol live stream was not what we were meant to do. We want to give reverence to that game because of what it was doing and everything, but maybe it's time for us to focus on something else for these Thursday live streams that are when you're playing a game. Maybe it's the universe telling us we should do Myst. Maybe it's the universe telling us we should do Skies of Arcadia. I know those were the two that you were thinking about the most.
Right.
Let me see.
Buddy tossing and turning.
Little buddy. Buddy. He's my buddy.
Yeah,
I will
turn-
say
can I
so.
turn off that option. Hang on.
What option are you turning off?
There's the. Well, no, there is actually no option. There's that inescapable thing telling me how to interact with things.
Oh, okay. So
But you want to see how bad these look?
the people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cirrus or Achenar? I forget which one is which actually.
I thought blue was Sirius and red was Achenar, but it could be that's because I associate the red
Right.
with the chaos. Oh. Oh, that's a weird change. What? So that's supposed to be Cirrus?
No, that's Achenar.
Oh, that's Achenar. That doesn't look compelling to me. I just
It's the uncanny valley aspect because I don't think they mocapped it, and it's the original. It sounds like the original audio, so they're trying to match a face to the original audio, but they didn't mocap it separately,
yeah.
so it doesn't match up and it just looks weird.
It doesn't look completely human to me
Yeah.
in the sense of I think mocap gets helps with those little details. Like you think about especially one as well done as Hellblade.
Yeah,
That
Hellblade.
they got every corner they needed to get her emotions so well. And it's so hard because Brandon and Robin Miller did a really good job with their acting.
Yeah, we're gonna quickly flip through. I just need to grab because it's all randomized. I have to actually grab stuff from the journals. Oop, there we go.
Okay. Yeah, so since Mystic's played this so many different
So here's
times,
an
he's
interesting
got to do
thing.
random solutions to the puzzles.
Here's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
So I already started playing this earlier today,
Uh-huh.
and I did randomized, and this is I said new game, randomized.
Mm-hmm.
That's the exact same one I got then too.
Really?
Yeah. Which is fair. It may be 1 of 10.
Yeah.
You know.
That's still, yeah, I can understand that. Well, we'll see what the other solutions are there. Oh, and now you can take pictures of it.
Yeah. I will say I have figured out they did make this an easier puzzle with one simple change.
Oh, okay.
And it's well, I can show you actually. For this particular one, we're going to
I do like how that looks. I like some of this new design. Now it's not like the old game was something where it was such a graphics beast that you're gonna want to update it. But this does look very beautiful. Oh,
And of course, I'm going to be very salty in this elevator because it doesn't go down, it only goes up.
oh, are you still complaining that it doesn't go
Yes.
down to the? Yeah. They're supposed to be living quarters, everybody. Maybe they don't want anybody to go into their living quarters because that would reveal
Well,
their
here's the other thing.
secrets, or maybe Cirrus is I don't know.
Here's the other thing. Every linking book goes back to the place it was written. Not age book or whatever, but every linking book goes back to where it was written.
Okay.
And all the linking books go back to the library. There's no desk in the library.
But maybe they rearranged the rooms after it was written.
I know, I want little details like that that are not in this game. You know, if you're going to do a definitive version, this is basically a
But if
reskin
you-
of what was made 30 years ago.
But if you also, I mean, it's so hard to keep all the fans happy, and I think they'd be less upset
Ooh,
if you
that's different.
visualize that. I don't know. It's hard to explain. He's taking notes, everybody.
Honestly, I'm taking notes because it's actually a little annoying. Abduction kind of has this problem too, I feel. To go escape, photo album, find your photo. Oh, it keeps all the photos across all playthroughs. That's a problem.
Are you serious?
Because now how do I know which one is the one I just took? I mean, I know it's
It's
this
in
one,
sequential order.
but say you come back in a year.
Then yeah, that's not good. That's no good. No good.
Also, they got rid of the control screen from Abduction, which you haven't played yet.
No, I have
But
not.
in Abduction, if you right-click, you can move the cursor around.
I think it was Late to Gaming also said something about how maybe they'll want my opinion on the controls, to which I said I will not hide my opinion about the controls, but so that'll be next week. So for those of you who haven't heard yet, our next episode's Abduction. We already released it to patrons today, patreon.com/lore together, and also we we'll have it out to the public on Saturday, which means a week from today, I will be playing Abduction. Now, am I starting straight from the beginning for that one?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll be starting right when you get abducted and you're now on a new planet, and we'll solve some puzzles together. Luckily, we've got Mystic here, who will be quite the guide, because this is not my.
So, I do like a lot of what they've done in terms of reimagining things, because
I mean, visually, I like
visually
that.
I like almost everything they've done. It's just
It is.
Abduction felt more polished than this, but this is their flagship franchise.
Well, Abduction is also less steampunk, more sci-fi.
That doesn't change the polish of the game itself, though.
I don't know if this is less polished than Abduction, though. Like, I'll compare it next week because I'll be taking more of a closer look. But this, considering how much more detail and depth is going on, I think.
So we're at 16. I think this is 10. So that's 26.
Or
26
is-
plus 15 is what? Is that 41?
Yeah, 26 plus 15. Yeah, because you have to. Yeah.
Okay. Because I know these two are 7 and 8. So there should be 10. And then we're at 41.
There's more than one way to get to that.
Yeah, because each of these has a different value. But I
Yes.
just remember those were 7 and 8 from previous had to get to 25 points.
Oh, that's easy.
So 10, 7, and 8. Yeah. But it is kind of nice that they make you do a little bit more. You can't just blindly be like, do. I know this from heart. You have to do a little bit of thinking at least.
That's good. You don't want it to be I don't know. I'm sure there's some people who just want to be able to go through it and relive it and just see it be prettier. And as I think a lot of people,
you can have the 1993 puzzles.
Yeah.
Like,
I think there's some people who that would be perfectly fine for them.
And of course, I'm not expecting them to do more than this in terms of randomization. You can't change the base of what
right.
The story and the game is.
Right.
That easily. Do we want to go to Selentic Age or whatever it is?
What age? I
Because here's the thing: Selentic Age is easy to get through until you get to the Maze Runner, and then you have to navigate a maze using sound cues.
So
when you did this, I had to actually look up the path to take, and of course, we're not going to have
So-
that because it's random.
So we're gonna. So what you're saying is, if we do the Selenic Age, this is probably the rest of our night.
Yeah, so let's not do that, but I'm going to show you how to figure part of this out at least, because they did do one thing kind of clever. I'm not even going to solve this, but you can see how it's laid out. Say here it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 white keys, 3 black keys, your sharps and your flats.
Right. Exactly.
And then if you look over here on the actual thing, they have it marked. I'm going to move this up so I can show you. Oh,
What? What just happened?
that was not there when I played earlier today.
But that's essentially the note.
Yeah,
F sharp
that was,
2.
They must have updated it. Either they updated it or I didn't notice it before.
Huh.
Does it show you? Yeah, that I don't remember seeing earlier today.
That's perfect. Well, that also makes it more accessible because
Yeah.
if you're somebody who's hearing impaired, this is an impossible
But
puzzle.
before they did that, if you look here, they did notch it where they have all the flats on one side, all the bass notes on one side and the flat sharps on the other side. Like it's notched in a way that makes sense for that.
Right.
Which is kind,
I
But
apologize if anybody heard me drink water, by the way. We're not here to do an ASMR.
yeah, this
Like-
feels a little. This feels a little intrusive, actually. to
Why?
me. I understand its accessibility. That should be an option, not just a default.
Why?
Aside from the fact that it's a giant immersion-breaking orange thing in the middle of the screen.
I'm not convinced completely. I get what you're saying that like you can't just.
Yeah, it should be an option. Someone here like hints or something, but
No, it's not about a hint because it's about accessibility.
which is an option. Like color blindness is an option in a lot of games that you can have.
That's a very able-minded way of thinking of it, Mystic. Why just you could just have it in there. It's like saying I don't know why this new park has only ramps. You could have just put stairs in and put a ramp next to it. Like that's just why. Just
Okay.
it's not necessary
Could
to
I
do
at least
that.
complain that it's a giant orange thing in the middle?
Does it clash? Yes, I will give you that it clashes. It's just your argument was very poor just a minute ago.
Well, my whole reason of coming here was
To have a door close on you, apparently.
my whole reason to come here was to explain.
The ship is tired of your nonsense, Mystic.
Right. My whole reason to come here was to explain that they have the notches there that makes it so it's much easier, and then there's this giant orange thing that floats up, and I have no way of turning that off. It's
Right.
kind of annoying.
I think it'd be less annoying if it didn't clash.
Yeah.
So like if it had a display screen,
Mhm,
you'd
yeah.
probably would be not complaining because this is Mystic kind of thing. Like if it aesthetically is not pleasing and it's supposed to be some sort of like visual art, Mystic is perturbed. This is why modern art and Mystic is not really a thing
Well, this is
that it
also
coexists well.
a genre. You know, the Myst created genre,
Mm-hmm.
first-person puzzle adventure games,
Mm-hmm.
is a lot about immersion, and to have something that breaks immersion that much
Yeah.
feels counter to like the whole thing they created. That said, I understand what you're saying. Like,
I think you would be not even thinking about it if aesthetically it blended.
true. I would not if there was a small little LED display or something
Yes.
on the thing. I'd probably be fine with it. I probably would have been, oh, that's cool.
You would have not said anything. So I think it's more of a aesthetic design issue than an I think an issue with anything else. So like this looks really pretty, but I can see. So earlier, Mystic was telling me about his complaints with the game, and I can see why you're feeling the way you're feeling about it right now, because, you know, having played the old, like, what is it, the
Unity version that came out in like 2015 or something, I think.
yeah. Though it's not as bad as starting out, like when we went to the museum right off of the Smithsonian campus, because they had the Art of Video Games exhibit there while we were in DC years. This is better part of a decade ago. And you were upset because they just started you straight in the library. So you missed the entry. You were just like, you missed like half the point of the whole puzzle. Like, why?
Yeah. Well, that was a display, so that makes some sense.
It was a museum curated thing, and we have the coffee table book from that exhibit.
Mm-hmm. Did I turn that on? Yeah, I did. Okay, we're gonna do Mechanical Age.
Let's do it.
Because apparently that one looks much better, and I haven't been to that one yet.
Okay. I like that they added little spinning, liquidy feel to
those
those.
were there originally, but they added the handle to pull, because you used to just touch the painting. Well, now since this game also runs in VR, they had to add little interfaces.
Yeah, the handle to pull I like, rather than just a button. Because at least it feels a little bit more tactile if you're going to do VR.
Okay, well, I'm gonna nitpick one more thing, aesthetic.
Okay.
Out here,
yeah,
all this red wood is fine. There's other colors and accents and everything and all this stuff. Once you get in here, it just feels...
You don't like the redwood anymore?
It's... Well, there needs to be something else other than the floor. It just feels a little overwhelming.
Well, is the original built like that?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think the thing is, like, it's
I'm gonna nitpick.
It's a balance. But the thing is, you're not a purist when it comes to your fandom, and I think a lot of people are.
Yeah.
So you kind of, when you're redesigning this, you're basically just you are literally putting a new patina on something. Like, it's just...
Wait.
What?
Oh, I didn't actually go to mechanical. I put in the ship.
Oh.
This I'm going to write down, because going back and forth for all these numbers and stuff would be pain in the butt.
Pain in the tush. And now I've shamed myself. I said Myst 2022, and it's Myst 2021 in the Discord announcement. Oh, lame. Guys, I am a professional, I promise you. Wait a second. Was there supposed to be... I have the delay and I heard a beep and I was like, wait a second. There's nothing that would beep. But I'm just going to make sure I can hear you when you speak next.
So it's interesting actually because the date we got, January 13th, 3802 at 8:09 p.m. was one of the dates in my other playthrough. I think there's only so many dates that they pull from. Obviously, that's not fully random. You're pulling from a number. I'm gonna guess you're probably pulling from.
Your mic is quiet.
My mic is quiet.
Yeah.
Like how quiet?
Like I think it's only picking up on my mic.
Test. Yeah, it's coming through, or kind of.
Okay. Gosh, why is this live stream being such a... I gotta wait for the delay, so... That, I think... Okay, I finally got to the part where you said test. It sounds better.
Okay,
It's
good.
still a little quiet, but it's... I don't know what's going on with that.
Maybe our mics are dying.
Oh, man. I mean, we can get new mics if we have to.
Yeah.
And if you would like to support us to get more mics, go to patreon.com/loretogether. Advertise, advertise, advertise. Oh my gosh.
So this is the really weird part of... We never did this actually before.
No. So wait, did we never do this puzzle period?
No,
Okay.
because we just went... We had the default, so I just talked to you which ones to touch.
Okay. I felt like there was more spinning involved, if I remember correctly, with that one. Oh, there's the spinning. Woo, woo. There we go.
Okay, I don't know what that is. It's a constellation.
I'm gonna say it's a bunch of anglerfish, but that's just me.
Well, now we need to go outside and figure out which one that is, and then come back and do the next one, and come back and do the last one.
Okay. I'll let you figure that out then.
Now, there is one thing I don't like. Again, another thing I don't like.
Wait. Yeah, there's just one thing. No, there's not just one thing. There are
So-
multiple things.
In the old game, you could see what these were before you activated them.
Mm-hmm.
But now you have to turn each one on to see what it is. So if you don't remember, you just kind of have to run around and do
Okay.
this.
Bird, cross. So bird, cross. Bird, cross.
Leaf.
I'll call that a leaf, yeah. Bird, cross, leaf. Bird, cross, leaf. Bird, cross, leaf. BCL, BCL, BCL. Arrow. BCLA, BCLA. Bird, cross, leaf, arrow.
None of those match with what we've already seen.
Bird, cross, leaf, arrow. Bird, cross, leaf, arrow. You guys, you're not annoyed by my singing yet?
I kind of am.
Anchor. So that's one side. So the other side, we've got anchor. Anchors away. I don't know. I'm loopy. Is that a yeah? It looks like it wants to be a spider, but I think I'm with you. That's probably more of a tick than anything.
I think I called it spider one time.
Snake. Snick.
Eye.
Okay.
So I'm gonna guess that what we had.
I don't think the
Was
bird
snake?
cross.
'Cause
Oh yeah, I would agree. Just because with the way it loops, you've got the head, you've got the bend, and you've got the end of the tail.
Yeah.
Looking at what you. Bird, cross, leaf,
I got it written
arrow,
down.
anchor,
You can stop. It's thinking I got them
anchor,
all.
tick, snake. Last thing.
Last thing.
Last thing.
Ooh, can I do this without? Let's see. .00 p.m. is 20, right?
Yeah, it's basically the number plus 12 when you're trying to do the evening. I can hear the clicks well now through the YouTube channel. Okay, that looks like the bird to me.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Let me move.
Let me get out of here. Bird, cross, leaf, arrow, anchor. What was it? Anchor, tick, snake.
Yeah, I don't know
Other
about
thing.
That one.
You're not sure?
I don't know. It doesn't quite match, but I don't have a good argument not.
What was the last thing? Because it's not the
An
leaf.
eye. It wasn't an eye.
Yeah. It's not the anchor. It's not the arrow. It's not the snake for sure.
Well, let me turn off the lights. Maybe we're missing a dot or two. Nope.
That's the bird.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not anything symmetrical, and it's got the lower tail in the southwest corner. The northeast corner's got the head.
I'm gonna go that way.
It feels like we're going to the future!
In the year 6000?
In the year 6000. Because the cool kids definitely love my Conan O'Brien references from, what is it, almost 30 years ago now?
I'd say 20 something.
Man, that guy had such an awesome late night reign, and it just ended. And kudos to Conan for being his weird self.
Oh.
Arrow, anchor. Tick. Whoa. That doesn't look like the leaf to me.
Anchor?
Oh, yeah.
Would be my guess.
I just.
If we're wrong, we're going to be going back and forth trying to figure out which one is wrong.
Yeah.
Or not. I'd rather not do that, honestly.
Can we not and say that we did?
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah.
We were
'Cause-
right.
Sweet. I can appreciate that. It's like you can get just a good enough guess because constellations aren't supposed to be perfect like that. Like you look at Orion and you'd be like, "Oh yeah, they said that's a man in the sky." You're like, "What? Really?"
So one thing I do like about this version that they didn't do in previous versions,
Mm-hmm.
the wetness of the wood stops.
Oh. That's a nice detail.
Yeah, I like that little detail.
And there's little birds flying up. I don't remember that from the last game, so.
Every single book is bolted down.
Is that suggesting that what's his name had an idea that his sons were gonna go a little crazy?
I think it's maybe. I mean, they're called the places of protection.
Mechanical age.
No, Stone Ship.
Stone Ship. This is Stone Ship. I'm sorry. I thought we were. Why did I
We
think?
were, but I got the wrong clue, and I didn't want to go back and do it all.
Okay, so we're now on Stone Ship.
Yeah. It's always annoyed me they talk about seeing stuff in the distance at the horizon,
Mm-hmm.
and you never do in Stone Ship.
Oh, like the journals mentioned seeing things in
Yeah.
Horizon, but you don't really see anything. Looks like an E.
Yeah. But I like that because this used to be 3 buttons that you just had to remember, and this makes more sense.
Yeah.
I still don't know what powers it, but it makes more sense.
What powers it is the imagination of your mind, sir.
This
Okay.
is a weird contraption. Like,
Yeah. Wait, what is that treasure? Wait, is that like a lemonade stand?
so this used to be just a chest that you would empty from water, and then it would float. But now they've attached this floating device to it. Feels weird.
Does it feel forced, you mean? Like it feels like they were trying to make it make sense?
I mean, a chest that floats made sense to me.
Yeah.
That said, once you open the chest,
Yeah.
it wouldn't float anymore
Why?
because the air wouldn't be trapped in it.
What about the wood?
And that's a good point. I don't know. This feels over-designed, but I'm sure there's a logical reason for it.
There is. It feels a little over-designed. Maybe they figured out was something that was safe for them to. So just maybe it's because I'm looking at it from a business standpoint. Maybe it's like there's a whole. What is it safe for us to touch that the fans would be okay with versus what are the fans going to be purists about? And
that's fair.
anytime they're doing a re-release of a game like this, that's something that always goes in the back of my mind.
They did change a couple things here. So this used to be a trap door,
Yeah.
and now all that it is the rungs of the ladder are retracted into the wall.
Oh, okay. So it's not. It's obvious that it's there. You just can't go up right away.
Yeah, but a trapdoor seems more practical.
Does it though? I don't know. Maybe I'm just here to be the devil's advocate for your misgivings.
I don't mean to be ragging on this so much. It's clear that they've already made an update or two because that giant orange thing was not there before. So
Right.
Okay.
All right. So the water is floated up. Interesting. So now the rungs work.
Yeah.
I'm king of the world.
I mean, yeah, the graphics are still amazing in this
Yeah.
remake. Like
This feels pretty. Like I want a postcard from here.
I don't remember this being a timed charge in the old version. Also, I don't know why it goes black like that.
Interesting.
But if we back off, you'll see that this bar slowly starts decreasing, which means you have a time limit for when you have power.
Okay. So it adds a bit more of a challenge than there was before. Oh, I'm sorry. That's
Yeah, but if we're going to talk about accessibility,
I'm sorry. Wait. What accessibility issue are you talking about?
well, now you have a time limit in a puzzle game
Yeah.
when there wasn't one in the original version.
Okay. How's that an accessibility issue?
how it's a game that, well, you know, also there's another thing that they got rid of. They got rid of the point and click to move thing.
Right. I don't know. You don't seem to be making consistent arguments right now, and I don't know if it's just because you're stuck in your feelings.
So that's at 125. I'll have to remember that for later, but I think the power's going to go up before then.
How long does the power typically last now in this new mechanic?
I was surprised that it went out at one point. I thought I did something wrong, but it turns out it just drained away.
Okay. It didn't seem it was draining too fast. When I saw it, oh, there's the rooms. Yeah, like that's still disturbing. Is that something that was from the original game?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it doesn't have any pertinent information on it. It's just if you don't know what you're looking for, you can come here and get half of a note. But the information you need is on another half in another age.
Okay.
Also, this you had to just kind of see. Well, did you have to see? No. Power went out.
Oh, wow. Well, do you need the power on to see everything?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You notice that door closed?
Yeah. Oh, the door closed because...
Yeah.
Now, could you get trapped in there if the power was out?
I don't know, actually.
That's
Should we try?
No. I'm afraid to try it because if it's something I haven't thought of, then I'm afraid then we'll be like, well, that's the stream. We've got to restart. Bye.
That's what save files are for.
Okay. Okay. So now are we gonna test it out and see if we can get trapped?
What did we say it was? 125
Say what was 100?
degrees on the compass up there. 125, I think we said.
What you said? I don't remember saying anything out loud about compass directions, so.
Yeah, 125.
Yep. Okay.
120, 125, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
Oh, if we wait in here, we won't be able to do the thing anyway. We have to go back out anyway.
Oh, really? Okay.
So let's see if we can solve this. So this would be 90 here. This is 135.
Mm-hmm.
So what's... So this one, I think.
Okay.
Yep.
Woo! We did a thing.
We basically turned the power on. Full stop now.
Okay.
But yeah, I saw somebody online was complaining about how it does that fade to black anytime the lighting changes, and I think that's just an engine limitation.
Well, what engine are they using for this now?
This is Unreal 4, but they're doing a lot of dynamic lighting, so I don't know if it can handle like a dynamic lighting change that drastic.
And it's not like for most of this you're not going to really need to have a timing thing, so.
Yeah.
All right, so we have 3 different notches, 3 different modes of the ship where you can go in and out.
Mm-hmm. And that's drain. Oh, we didn't look at Cirrus's room. I don't know if there's anything in it, but might as well.
I think it was less disturbing than Akinar's.
Well, yeah, but yeah. I don't want to get too far into it.
Right.
We still have more Myst games to cover. We find out more about the brothers, basically.
Do we find out why they're messed up?
Um,
Is there an explanation, or is it just like, oh, bad eggs?
I don't know if there ever actually is a satisfying explanation.
So this is Sirius's room, which makes sense. Because he's all about the decadence and the ownership.
Yeah. I saw somebody point out, it's kind of weird that they put Sirius as this person who wants wealth
Yeah.
when he grew up in a place that had no economy.
But he was introduced to places that
That's true.
did.
That's fair. Yeah.
I don't know. I just think, okay, I like to go back to my first theory from our first episodes where Sirius.
I don't want to lay in the bed though, except I don't like the frilly pillows.
Oh, really? The pillows are what bother you from that? Not the garish design on the sheets?
I mean, the bed looks comfy though.
Oh my gosh. Like, that's like neon Baroque style. I'm just not into it.
Baroque.
I'm not into it right now.
I think this is just a holdover from, I don't know which one this is from, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it just is this weird little doodad. Someone's gonna be telling me, no, that doodad is referencing to this thing, and it's, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get out of this. Ooh, actually, I'm curious what. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, that looks pretty good. The sun rays and stuff look really good. This game does look really good. Like,
Your microphone, I feel like, is getting quieter over time there, Mystic.
really,
Mm-hmm. Or maybe you're just leaning away from it, but
I'm getting too relaxed, looking at this beautiful landscape.
look at this. It's majestic, man. And you know what? You listen to the live stream later. You let me know what you think. It's definitely, we can still hear you.
Okay.
It's not like last week when I didn't realize there was supposed to be sound.
Oh.
What
wait.
happened?
Well, it used to be the book would just kind of like appear out of nowhere. I wonder if they made it more realistic. I think it's gonna open up a compartment.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Okay.
That
so
was an interesting glitch.
That's a glitch. Cyan, fix that.
Cyan, do better. All right, so now we're heading back to the library. So we have now done Stone Ship.
Yeah. There's no rhyme in this one, which is a bit of a bummer. They said they may add it.
Okay.
So.
Because Rhyme's the one at the end you can visit, right? Or.
Yeah, rhyme is the ice one.
Mm-hmm. Didn't that become one of the sequels, or?
No, but it referenced one of the. It referenced Riven. If you did a puzzle there, you would see an image of Riven.
Right.
So it's kind of like a precursor to like, hey, look at what they're checking out.
Mm-hmm. Mystic and I have considered going the next time we go to Gen Con, which would probably be next year.
2022.
Yeah, next year. We were considering going as Atris and Catherine.
Oh.
But I don't know if I want to do that because I'd like my son to not try to like plot against me. So I'm not sure if that's good energy to tap into. As much as Atris and Catherine are very clever, determined people, it's so weird to think you get these two really inspiring people when you read the book of Atris, and then they raise these awful people.
That was so what's his name? Keith Brannard, Keith something. Was doing a walkthrough of all the Myst games, and he was playing one of the later games,
Mm-hmm.
and he basically goes like, everybody's a terrible parent.
Yeah.
Who is a main character.
Right.
Like Tiana tries to do well,
Yeah.
but keeps secrets.
Right.
And Gen is just absolutely evil and terrible in everything.
Yeah.
Like, even when he tries to be good, he's being careless.
Yes.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
but Atris is also a bad parent, not by choice, but by neglect. He's too wrapped up in his work.
Right.
So,
Like he doesn't. I don't. I'm sorry. I keep tapping your mic stand, but I don't know if that's. But like, and did Catherine not? Was Catherine the same way? Because I mean, they were both into the same kind of work.
I don't think so, but you have to remember, after the Book of Atris until the second game, until Riven, Atris is trying to undo this collapse of Riven and this dooming of all the people on it.
Right.
And eventually that includes his wife. Like,
Right. I don't know. I just want to puzzle it out because it, he talks about in his journals wanting to do all of these activities with his sons, introduce them to the worlds.
Yeah.
They wrote and like it's give them the gift. And
He never does.
why do you think that is?
I don't think he ever got the chance.
Yeah. Do you think Sirius and Akinar would have been that way had they felt like they had they were able to learn Denis and
I don't know.
perform
actually.
the art essentially?
So this is kind of cool. So this mechanism, they actually put like all these gears and stuff up here to make it make more sense because it used to not have any of this.
Oh wow! I promise you, it's logical.
I mean,
Look,
I
there's
don't know if
even
it's-
spare gears in the bottom, just so you know. They've been thinking about this.
I think those were there originally.
Okay.
So, okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking about it too hard, but because I know you're gonna probably solve this puzzle in a bit. But
I don't know if I'm gonna do it in one shot though.
Oh. But I just keep thinking about like what really caused. Could it be possible that just Sirius was a bad egg and that messed up Akinar and then they neglected? I don't know. I just don't know. It perplexes me. It's one of the things that I don't think Rand and Robin Miller meant to write into the game, but it kind of is now part of the game for me.
Yeah. Am I just not doing this correct?
You fail at puzzles. How could
Like
you?
if I hold it down, it should do an extra spin.
Please don't be a glitch. Come on, don't be a glitch.
So now I need to do one more. I do like how every single door closes behind you.
That is kind of funny. Very polite doors.
So I was watching a stream not too long ago about this, and Rand Miller was like, yeah, if you look at all these things, they're all different. And the guy he was on the stream with was like, no, they're all the same. They're just rotated and everything in different ways. And it's like, what? Because they did a good job of making that work.
Yeah. Well, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like,
Right.
as long as it's a bit more randomized, so. Oh, is this the
This is Mechanical Age.
Mechanical Age?
Channelwood is kind of just Channelwood, although Channelwood does have the information we need, I think, to beat the game, but we're not really worried about that at this point.
No, I don't think we're going to be beating the game tonight. Maybe if we do one more stream of this, if Alpha Protocol chooses to be still.
We'll give Alpha Protocol one more chance. I mean, it's obviously a problem with the installation somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Steam.
And we have the save file. The save file was...
We should, as long as that save file is in the correct folder.
Right.
So
Okay.
believe this is Akinar's room.
Oh. Dun, 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 dun. Oh. Ow. Pop goes a snake.
What is that?
Why? Is that a curtain? It's just a curtain hanging out. Is there supposed to be a window there?
I don't know, but that is a weird effect.
Yeah. I guess I don't think you're supposed to be
That close to it.
yeah. Is that a skin of something?
I don't know. It looks like it's supposed to be furry, but they don't have the effect on it or something.
Yeah. I wonder what other. Oh, it's curtains made out of that animal. Yeah, you're right. It's supposed to be like fur, but it feels like it has more of a sheen than it should.
Now that could be one of the graphic settings, which was this thing, super sampling method. So let's turn that off.
Uh oh.
Just to see.
I'm gonna check on
Okay.
little buddy. Wait, I think he's okay. I love living in a future where we have monitors to make sure our kids are fine when they're sleeping.
So, like, oh, I didn't notice this before. Look how, like, ramshackle this is. It's just cinder blocks.
Well, yeah, 'cause this is Akinar's space, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But he has, like, this ornate throne
Did he make it, or he
with
made?
a really obvious button on it that opens a secret door.
I mean, that's Akinar for you.
That's right.
Page. Ooh.
I think they did it so you can pick up more than one at a time.
Okay. Yikes. That's a torture chamber?
Yeah, sorry for that. Probably shouldn't have turned that on stream.
Ah! No.
Never looked in that before.
That is I wonder if that was in the original. This is so, we're going to the darkest parts of the Myst game.
Alright, fine, we'll go to, just Cirrus, who just has
Opulence and
that
majesty.
and, like, here's the clock tower, here's the ship, here's the rocket ship. It's like little
Yeah.
tiny pieces from Myst Island.
Yeah.
And a bird.
It looks like one of those. I don't know if you grew up with the little doodad of the bird that would dip into the cup of
yeah.
water.
I'm familiar with those.
Yeah.
I know he has. Oh, they actually added a little wiring and stuff to it.
Interesting.
So there it is.
At least that secret door is a little more hidden. Your greed sickens me. You desire for wealth and plunder is never satisfied. I will instruct my subjects not to pay your new tax, and know they'll listen to me. Guards, Akinar. So they're obviously feuding with each other at this point.
Actually, like as you were reading that, I noticed that you can't get rid of the cursor. It's just omnipresent middle of the screen.
Yeah. But I think that kind of gives it a lot of the same. No, it doesn't. What am I talking about? I was trying to say it's like the old game, but it's not, because that's not how the cursor was in the old game
Yeah,
either.
it was a hand. I think that's an option actually. But I remember turning it on and not liking it.
Having it be a hand cursor.
Well, like look at the hand. Like
Oh, no.
yeah, the original one was more squat and fat and
Well, not only that, like having it just point seems very accusatory. Like, I will do this. You must do this for me. This button must work.
I think they've been using this cursor since.
Sorry, I dropped my phone, everybody.
I think they've been using this cursor since Uru, maybe? Or Myst
That
5.
the third or fourth one?
It's the offshoot Black Sheep one.
Huh?
It's the offshoot Black Sheep one.
Oh. Are we going to explain why that is sometime in a future episode?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Right. I need to figure out which. Here we go.
Yeah, the hologram that shows you. Again, visually this looks great. I don't know. I feel like if I was going to play it again...
Oh, yeah. Big, huge thing. Exhaust sound.
Uh,
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second. Is that a setting?
it probably...
Did I accidentally turn on a context subtitles?
Ah, that is... Okay, so you essentially had your wish.
I apologize, Cyan.
Also, though, for the sound puzzle, I'm glad they did that because, like, a lot of people don't know tonality, especially if you didn't grow up with a tonal language or singing a lot.
Okay, so we're looking for an exhaust sound or a ding, or I think there's another one we may need, but let's see. Let's just see what we find first off.
We find something that looks like the Comedy Central logo.
Wait. I think that's what I was supposed to do.
I wish
Yeah.
I was gonna say I wish I could confirm that for you, but I can't.
Can I go down?
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, because that's what that looks like. No, you will never be able to go down in an elevator ever again now that you complained about it earlier in the night.
Wait. Oh, okay. No, I remember. Nope. I was supposed to hit the other one.
Well, luckily you can hit the buttons again. Hitting all the buttons. Yeah, hitting the buttons. Hitting the buttons. It's playing a puzzle game. Yeah.
So if I remember correctly, the middle one is timed.
Interesting. Ah.
Okay.
Oh. What are we trying to do here?
So the reason you have to learn on that little holographic machine is because
Yeah.
you have no visual feedback here. You just have an auditory sound.
Oh, okay.
So that provides you your way of learning what the auditory sound is for each direction.
Oh.
Rotating the fortress to try to get the key to open where the book is to get back.
Okay.
There's a reason that most fans do not consider this one as good as the later games.
Right.
So.
Well, I think Myst is a compelling proof of concept.
Yeah.
And then Riven is like a really good storytelling version of it. Though Myst tells a good story. I don't know. Like, I don't want to necessarily completely knock it. Sun over 3 mountains, broken frame southwest to northeast. I know that Mystic's actually like kind of drawing the symbology of it, but for me, I'm more of a phrase
But would
person.
I remember it later is the question.
For me, that would work. I don't think it works for everybody.
I can't remember, like, when I have to do mobile authenticator codes, I can't remember all 3 numbers sometimes for more than, like, 5 seconds. I'm not going to remember arbitrary symbols from a phrase.
See, because I remember it based on, like, if there's a pattern or any kind of, like, palindromic nature or something like that. All right, let's see what we're... gonna do here. Guys, I think the tip I learned from taking the elevator up and down my work office is true. And that is, if you feed your child a banana before bed, they will be more sleepy.
Then why is he waking up at like 1?
I guess the banana only works for so long.
I hope this is the correct way. There's okay, good. Yeah, because you see there's one that doesn't have anything.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that's upside down horseshoe, semicircle to the left. Mystic Druid, of course. That would make more sense for a lot of people. I might do that too, but I'm in a phrasy mood because I'm tired, and that's how my brain works.
Yeah, I think we're just about done for the day.
Do you like Loopy Safi? Are you not entertained?
Particularly. Loopy Safi kicks my mic stand.
I did just accidentally make erratic hand gestures like my son. You guys, little buddy, he gets excited about something and he pumps his arms as if he's trying to lift a barbell in front of him. It is so cute.
I don't know if I went too far or not. We'll find out.
Have you gone too far? Have you asked not what you should do with science rather than what you could do with science? That is not the phrase from Jurassic Park, but I was inspired by it.
Look, you want to talk about science? We'll go back to Aperture and you can do a real platforming game.
No.
No, I went too far.
Oh dear.
Let me dial in that timing here.
Dial it in. Bloop. I'm adding sounds, but Mystic is not going to be listening for it. There it is.
I'm still not sure I got it right, but we'll find out.
I think you'll be fine. I think that was pretty distinct.
Well, it's not the sound I'm looking for, it's the amount of time I have to hold.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not certain about that.
A little tired, so.
You and me both, honey. You and me both. Oh, I keep dropping this chapstick, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm such a professional right now. Looks like a cyclops with a mustache.
I think you're a little tired.
I think... Yes, I think I am, and I'm just embracing it. Okay, so... You've been saying your opinion on it so far, and I think my opinion so far is this is very pretty, but I don't necessarily feel like. Did you overshoot it?
Undershot it. What was that?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's weird.
That should not. Is that a reflection thing?
Yeah, you see that? That's
Yeah. That feels like that's unnatural.
yeah. All right. Well, that's an easier thing to. Sorry, I have to go back in the elevator.
We
Back in
we
the
got to
hose.
keep back in the hole with you. I think what I was trying to say is that this is beautiful, and I find it aesthetically pleasing to a certain extent. But I feel like there's a charm with the version that we played for our original live streams when we
Mhm.
first covered it that I honestly would prefer. And and I'm usually pretty forgiving about, these reskins and everything, but knowing that there's no mocap, the acting isn't really quite there.
Yeah, apparently this was just a 1-year development time, so I think it's just rushed too.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise
And I
me.
can't imagine why they would rush it, unless maybe with COVID they were just burning through money
Yes.
on development, so they needed something to fill the gap.
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised. That would make sense to me. I mean, 2020 just totally messed up a ton of people's years, and they didn't have to do anything as extreme as we did, like have a child.
Right.
We wouldn't take back having a
I mean-
child, but I mean, that's just an extreme life change.
Is this a little disappointing? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is it still worth it to buy? Maybe. But you're kind of investing in, there being future updates if you're a long-time player. If this is your
Right.
first time playing, go
I would.
nuts.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay.
If this is your first time playing Myst, I think it's worth it.
Okay.
Because it looks better, runs better, and you can play in VR if that's a thing.
Yeah, I think the VR experience probably was more of the focus, which is why there's certain parts of it that I prefer Robin and Rand's acting.
Yeah.
I do.
But I think those video files are really old now. And probably would
They
not
probably
work.
couldn't recreate it.
Yeah.
And it's not you can't see. They're not going they're not going back. We did it! Yay, let's go back. All right, well, this is a great run of Alpha Protocol.
I'll look into that for next time.
I really am not going to besmirch you for
We'll
for
give that
that.
one more time, and then you'll just play Abduction until you're done beating it.
No. No. I don't mean it for it to sound like torture, but kind of.
So here's an interesting thing that they did talk about in one of the streams.
Yeah.
Is you used to just kind of get into this fireplace,
Yeah.
but in VR you can't really do that. So they made it so the whole thing opens up so you can walk in.
So you can walk in.
And they made this, instead of a non-visible grid that you had to poke at, they made it an actual grid.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. Oh, that's actually nice. I like that it lights up and stuff.
That's nice. So there are some improvements. It's just that it's not.
There are improvements, but as a whole package, I feel it's a little rough around the edges. Now,
Okay.
obviously, that can be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I didn't try one thing. I want to see two things. One, can you run off this thing? Nope, still can't do that. They still let you go down that. You have to go to the stairs.
Wow, that's interesting.
I think it's just because you can't jump in the game.
Okay.
That takes a picture. So
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going to show you the
The version of
Atris.
Atris.
And I do hope that they do something with these models. Like, I can appreciate the attempt here. Plus, this was originally on the Oculus Rift, which is a mobile platform, so it's like
Right.
cell phone tech.
Yes, it's
But
a little different.
This is not what you expect from, like, compared to the rest of the environment that we're in.
Yeah, the rest of it's super
Yeah.
beautiful, and then we're gonna. Yeah, no, that feels very out of place.
It's hard for me to believe. Most of my books have been destroyed.
Yeah, that should have been either mocap.
Yes, record it, like, have
But
people
I shouldn't
record
jump
it,
to conclusions. I'll
and
find
mocap
him
their
and Sears
faces.
as well.
Yeah.
Because when we
I should
when
have
we
known
get
not
to,
have left my library unchecked,
I don't think they
so
did it for Myst, for Uru,
I've removed the
but when we
remaining
get to
undamaged
Myst
books from the
5,
library and placed them in the places of protection.
they mocapped
You shouldn't have to use the books
actors
until I
walking
return, but
around
If you forgot
and acting,
access key,
and they took those
remember the
videos of them
camera rotation,
acting,
and
Yeah.
and those
Don't worry
videos
about
are actually the
everything
face
will be fine
texture.
now. See you
Right.
Like, it doesn't look great,
Oh,
but it looks
and
like your
erase
brain's
this
like,
message
whoa,
after
that
you
is
view
really
it
cool
just to
looking.
be safe.
Right. Exactly. It's also
They should also should have kept him flat in the pool instead of floating.
right.
You know?
That would have made more sense to me. But that's just me.
But like compared to everything else that is in this game, like it's stylized, but it has that tinge of reality, and then you have that for your character.
Yeah, and then you
It's
have a
just-
cartoon character.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Whoa.
so. Wait, is that supposed to be literal mist?
So I know what's happening there.
It's a lighting issue.
It's an engine thing. Somebody was mentioning on one of the chats I was in that like these there's this things called post-process volumes
Yeah.
that you use for lighting and stuff.
Yeah.
And actually, that's interesting. You can see that the
You can
red
see-
indicator on the thing over there
Yeah.
disappears, and then when we get close, it loads in.
Interesting.
So yeah, that's just I don't know why that feels. Like I said, it's rough.
It is rough. This is definitely rough, and
Yeah.
and I say it as somebody who's usually pretty forgiving of
But
productions
Abduction
like
was
this.
also rough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you go back to when Abduction first came out, like the first day, and there were a couple of Let's Plays that day. And
Of course, people do that stuff right
yeah,
away.
And the photo system was messed up. Like, you would click on a photo, it would load a different photo,
Oh, that's annoying.
or your photos be gone.
Oh,
They'd
no.
be there, but they just wouldn't load in.
Oh,
So there was a
gosh.
bunch of stuff like that. There was a couple bugs and stuff. So, this isn't Cyberpunk. This isn't we're shipping a broken game. We're
Right.
shipping a game that's rough around the edges, which as an indie developer, okay,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it's not unplayable. It's
Yeah.
just rough.
And it's $30. Like, I'd pay $30 for the visual upgrade alone, I think.
yeah.
I just wish that it was everything that was in real Myst, including Rhine, and I still want my living quarters. I want
Yeah, that's just you being particular about
Well, here's
the
the thing.
storytelling setting.
Yeah. If you're going to call something
Components.
definitive,
yeah.
it can't just be a reskin. You have to add stuff that you couldn't add in.
Definitive or director's cut? And are those two different things?
Okay. But there has to be something, even back in 2015, whenever they made the last remake, that they couldn't do. There had to be something that we wanted to do that, but we didn't have time, or we didn't have the technology. And it's like, you're using Unreal Engine 4. What can you do with this that you couldn't do before?
Right.
What has changed in 30 years that you didn't want to do back in 30 years ago because the game scene was different, people's expectations were different, and what do you want to add to it now? Because, and we're not going to get too deep into this because it's a big lore hole that
Yeah.
we're going to get to eventually, but the official line has always been that Myst the first game of Myst, that the island and stuff, that
Yeah.
the island itself is not the real one.
Not
That
the real island.
It was made smaller to fit the medium.
Oh.
So
They never expanded on the island. They
Right.
never made it the real
which
island,
is why I
so to
like
speak.
that fan map
Yeah.
that we saw last year, where the guy went through and made a much larger island.
Yeah.
You know, added a beach where the kids would have played, you know, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of here where, let's be honest here, this Myst is still just a puzzle hub world.
Yeah.
There is no real lore in here. It's just a way to get to the puzzles.
Right.
There's lore in the journals,
Yes.
but there's no world building lore. Like there's no environmental storytelling here.
Right.
And there should be.
Mhm.
It's been 30 years.
Well, I think there is environmental storytelling not on the island itself, and
Yeah.
that's your issue, is that there's nothing to show that there was a family of 4 that
Who
lived here
Yeah.
for decades.
Yeah.
Because by the time we meet, I mean, Sirius and Akanar have to be at least in their mid-20s at this
Yeah.
point.
I would say so, yeah.
So, we should be like, if we assume that like Atrus and Catherine basically married when they were young.
They were teens, I think, when we meet them in Book of Atrus. I think they're teens.
So they had their kids probably their early 20s. So they're in their 40s, and these Sirius
like
and
the
Akanar are in their 20s. So
Yeah. The closest we have is this cabin, but the only thing in this cabin is a boiler and a safe. Like,
right. So we don't have anything that shows this is a family of 4 that lived and grew up here.
Right. And it's just something that it really irks me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, we should probably end it.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. I mean, it's not what we expected to do tonight, but
No.
it's something that we're happy to do. Let us know if you'd like us to do more of this next time instead of Alpha Protocol. Should we even be trying to do Alpha Protocol? I don't know.
Well, now I gotta figure out where my save game is gonna be, because again, my big pet peeve as of late is games not having profiles or more
Right.
than like, I think there's like 2 save files for me to work with.
Yeah, Skyrim does the same thing, and that game's like 10 years old, and they still didn't like purposely solve that, did they?
Well, Skyrim you can just keep making new save files. It doesn't have profiles, but you can just keep making new save files for every single character.
Yeah, but then you gotta dig through. It's just not.
But you have the ability. Here I only have 2 save files to work with, period.
Mhm.
You know.
All right. Well,
All right, I'm rambling. So let's end it there. Thank you guys for watching.
yeah, thanks so much for joining us. We'll catch you next week Thursday, and I hope that you listen to the episode. If you have
Abduction.
on Abduction, either be a patron or listen to it on Saturday. See you then. Bye.
Bye.